Welcome. I'm Stefan Chapman, Vice President at Petroleum Consultants, or EPC. At EPC, we're an independent consultancy in the downstream energy sector, and we're also the organizers of the upcoming IDW conference in Istanbul. This year is a special one for us. We're celebrating 25 years of IDW. And in Istanbul, we'll be exploring how to unlock the full potential of today's refining and petrochemical assets. I'm very pleased to be joined today by Mr. Fabien Lundy, Vice President Commercial for the EMEA region at AXENS. AXENS is a global leader in technologies, products and services for the refining, petrochemical and gas industries. And the company has a strong commitment to supporting the energy transition. We're very honored to have AXENS as one of our gold sponsors for IDW 2025. Fabien, great to have you with us. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much. I would like really to thank all the EPC teams to organize this great event, and all the events that you're organizing are great, and a lot of good exchanges and help every stakeholders in the industry to exchange and to get also the update from suppliers, operators in the industry. That is great. So thanks again. On this event, as you said, in Istanbul will be a specific event, special event for all of us, and we look forward to attending this event with you. So thanks again to EPC, Stefan, Miro, and all the team.
Thank you very much, Fabien. Much appreciated. So let's dive into the questions, and looking ahead to the event, which is fast approaching. One of the big themes will be how existing assets can contribute to the energy transition. As the industry pushes towards greater decarbonization, how do you see conventional refining assets evolving? And what role do retrofitting and co-processing play in making the transition both practical but also more profitable?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. It's a question that we are asking ourselves all the time, but our clients or operators are referring to us to address this very important topic. So AXENS as a low carbon solution providers accompanies the refineries to adapt for changing product slates, and also for meeting stricter emission regulations on stakeholders' expectation. So I could say there is, first of all, the energy efficiency upgrades. We have in AXENS a wide range of solutions from dedicated high efficiency exchangers, tubular electrical heaters, and we got very nice references lately. Definitely optimization studies, of course, revamping on advanced catalytic solutions. All that is really to reduce energy consumption, and at the end of the day, to limit the emission per unit of product. So this is first thing. Also, it makes sense whenever you think about reusing existing asset, is to envision the good integration, good fit in terms of integration with renewables. So AXENS have been working to adapt the process units like retrofitting, adjustment of the operating condition in order to incorporate renewable feed material. Typically, everybody knows lipidic feed material, vegetable oil or UCO typically, or in some cases, plastic waste coming from pyrolysis. All that into existing refining units. So we have solution for this type of integration, and we'll get back to on this topic. Other matter related also to second point is circular economy. We have developed dedicated process technologies in order to reuse the waste material. What could it be? Plastic, it could be lube oil. Also, we have dedicated solution not for plastic but for tires to recycle existing material that have been produced from hydrocarbon, mineral oil, basically. And also, all that is, of course, because of that, is to reduce the use of fossil fuel materials. Other type of solution, very well known, and we've been talking a lot, is carbon capture and storage. Implementing carbon capture technologies is really also to mitigate direct CO2 emission from refinery operation. Nevertheless, of course, we know that there could be a lot of challenges, technical, economic, also from regulation point of view, that are to be addressed. And we AXENS, as a technology provider, we are really to address this topic and to bring solution and to contribute to assist refiners. So there is a topic of feedstock availability, because it's a big challenge, the sourcing of the feed material. And non-food feedstock at scale, it's a big challenge. So we could adapt the solution depending on what the operators say in terms of feed material available. And it's at a certain point becoming extremely technical whenever we talk co-processing or 100% feed material from lipidic feed material. Also, catalyst and process compatibility. There is sometimes a topic regarding impurities, operating condition that require, in any case, a lot of innovation. And we invest heavily in innovation, testing, and developing technology and processes. Of course, there is a last point, the policy uncertainty. Shifting regulatory landscape could impact the economics for retrofitting or co-processing, and that we are really to take into account. So I try to summarize the main topics regarding the point that you're addressing.
Did a great job, and I think it's great to see so many different pathways that are available to us and to the industry, looking at retrofitting existing units, helping the industry be more sustainable, lowering the carbon footprint. And it's great to see there's so many different things that can be looked at, from the smaller aspects to bigger master plannings and so forth. If we look at this year's event, and AXENS will be joining, I think it is our panel, which will be focusing on making the future work, technologies that will be powering next-gen downstream. You'll also be presenting, I believe, on minimizing GHG emissions and paraxylene production costs, and this with an innovative xylene loop scheme. Without giving too much away, why do you feel that these topics are so important for the industry at the present time?
Yeah, thank you very much. We put a lot of thoughts in the two topics that we're going to address. The first one is a panel, and you decided about the topic, but it's a very exciting panel, and we know that everybody will be attending the panel will bring interesting value in the discussion, and that we look forward to attending this panel. We will insist particularly in this panel about the values that we are bringing in AXENS in terms of very practical, very well proven solution, and that is thanks to the innovation that we are doing, and also thanks also to the implementation that we already done in refineries. And that is really to address the decarbonization, the regulation, and, as I said on the first topic, the adaptation of the existing industrial assets. For the presentation is regarding the minimization of greenhouse gas emission on paraxylene production cost, and with innovative xylene loop scheme. We're going to highlight all the recent development regarding the paraxylene production scheme that we license in AXENS as a licensor of paraxylene solution. And not going into detail, but the presentation will show all the features that we are proposing to the operators to ensure a very high efficiency technological processes in order to enhance the economics in terms of competitiveness for the production of Paris-Allen. And today, the competitiveness for Paris-Allen production is a key topic because the margin for the production of Paris-Allen are not that great, not as what it used to be 15 or 20 years ago. So again, innovation is a key word, and we have a very interesting solution that we will be sharing at this event, and we hope that there will be a lot of interest, but also a lot of questions, because we like good exchanges, technical exchanges.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions, and we look forward to hearing more about that at the event. Sticking to the topic of technology a little bit more, looking across AXENS's portfolio, but also the wider market, what types of downstream technologies do you think will deliver the biggest value, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, whether that's digital in terms of catalyst or catalytic or process-based solutions? Can you give us a bit of an idea on that?
So I think there are two things. First of all, it's a big challenge, not only as a technology provider, but for everybody, consultant, investors, operators, what has to be done in the next 5-10 years. So this is a key matter. We know that it is difficult to say for sure. But for that, we bet not only recently, but for a long time, to develop on a wide range of solutions in order to be ready in due time. And we know that developing catalysts, developing technologies take time, a lot of time, and we have to remain extremely credible on the market for the day refiners or other investors will decide to invest. They are to be convinced by the solution, not only purely from technical point of view, but economically also. And that is very important to say. We got ready to be able to propose something. So that being said, what could be done in the future? I'm going to quote 5 topics. There is a chemical plastic recycling, because we talk about plastic recycling, but here we are talking about chemical for polyolefin production. So the loop of waste plastic material to be able to produce again some polyolefin, and so other plastic material. But also for PET production, we have developed and proven with a demo plant in Japan that's been operated for the last 1 year and a half, a solution for PET recycling solution, and that brings a lot of interest on the industry. Now there is a topic of regulation, how fast it will be moving on. The second point is alternative fuels. We are a key licensor for technology leading to production of fuels in the traditional world, I would say, mineral or feed material. But we have been working on the alternative fuel for a long time ago. Our mother company, IFPEN, has invested for the last 40 years in this development of technology for production of alternative fuel. And we are very proud to have the complete range of technology for SAF production, the sustainable aviation fuel, for whatever route is needed. And also chemicals, which would be based on either biogenic CO2, green hydrogen, biomass, lipidic feed material also. So that is, we are absolutely convinced that there will be a lot of interest on this type of technologies for alternative fuel production. Not only because the regulation impose it, but because the market is going toward that from economical point of view and also expectation of the end users. We have developed also technology for CO2 capture, on its valorization, typically for fuel production, but CO2 capture. It took us some time to develop, improve, and validate a very robust solution. And now we are there based on the demo plant that we've been operating in northern part of France for the last 3 years. Now we are ready to propose, and we already proposed this solution for CO2 capture. Besides that, solution for retrofitting are also a key solution in order to valorize existing asset in petrochemical and also refining industry. Digital services, it's key for the optimization, monitoring the process unit, and as I said earlier, whenever you start co-feed with some alternative or exotic feed material, the digital solution is key. And we have implemented this type of solution on our vegan technology, so FA route, on the several units that we license in order to help and assist the operators to operate at the right operating condition whenever they change their feed material. So that are the 5 key matter: chemical plastic recycling, alternative fuel, CO2 capture, solution for retrofitting, and the digital solution and services.
It's great to see the innovation. Also, I think the R&D that goes into developing all these types of different solutions to meet the challenges that we obviously will be facing now and in the near future as well. I think it hasn't escaped anyone's notice that the current context is quite difficult. We're all working in an environment of uncertainty, whether that's economic or regulatory or even geopolitical. From your perspective, how can technology providers and also operators, end users, approach long-term planning and also investment? Because it seems to be super difficult to be able to do that.
Yes, of course, that's probably the most important topic, the fact that it is uncertain. And I would say it's difficult for us, but it's probably more difficult for those who are to decide to invest, because we are talking in many cases about huge amount of money, and that it's a topic. So we are to support all the investors in this global situation, I would say. So what we can say is that it could be economic volatility, it could be a change of regulation, and we know that investor needs visibility and stability in the regulation. We know that the citizens of the world would like to change regulation almost every day, but it's not possible at the scale of the industry. So how to adapt to this potential shifting of regulation. And of course, we all know that there are more and more geopolitical tensions. All that would require a lot of attention. That's why we develop first integrated and flexible solution, and flexibility is probably one of the key words in this type of matter, in order to be able to cope with a certain level of changes or uncertainties. Also very important matter, we cannot succeed ourselves alone. Operators cannot succeed themselves alone. Other company or stakeholders cannot succeed by themselves. In this type of world, a very strong partnership between technology providers, operators, and other stakeholders are very important. Because of these changes, because also in some cases we talk about 5-10 years, we need to go fast all together, and that partnership is key. On the AXENS, we are extremely transparent about our solution, and we think that being transparent about the solution, what we have done in terms of development, it's very important for decision makers to decide and to be comfortable with what we're bringing. on developing partnership is again very important. Also, of course, the reduction of carbon footprint is a key in the implementation of innovative solution. So it would help because this is a direction that are to be taken. It would depend the region, the type of industry. It will go more or less fast, I would say, but to some extent, this is a direction. On what we said earlier on, the use on a systematical basis of digital tools is key for an optimized production. Again, feedstock material changing, regulation changing. These tools would really help to make the process unit as much as possible profitable, and that these tools are absolutely needed.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think clear objectives, where we're going. I think, like you mentioned, flexibility is key, flexible solutions. And also, I think the most important one, like you say, collaboration, partnerships. We won't get there on our own. I think we're seeing unprecedented kind of partnerships and joint ventures to try and tackle all these challenges and to provide the solutions that are needed. So that's great to see. Talking a bit about IDW, as I mentioned, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary. Time has flown by. AXENS has been a consistent supporter over the years. We're proud to say that IDW, because it's been there 25 years, it's a leading industry forum. Why do you think it's important for companies like AXENS to engage in the different platforms like IDW, but also the different events that are going on in the industry? And how does that kind of visibility help with competitiveness and also staying future ready, as we mentioned?
Again, this type of event is key. On this event in Istanbul, when I see the attendance is very, very much exciting. So it's important for AXENS to support IDW, and we are very proud for doing that. And it's a key event for us to ensure a very good visibility for AXENS solution. But this one aspect. I would say above all, we are to contribute to exchanges, and we like to bring, but we like also to receive whenever we talk at the break, at the panel, at the question of answers in the different session. It's important. These exchanges are very important for all the energy industry players to exchange and to grow all together. It's important that we are to have this exchange on the well-proven, competitive, innovative solution, because this is the basis of the industry, and it is what is required by the investor. And overall, this type of event, it's important to contribute to build over the time on a sustainable energy ecosystem for the industry. And it will help all these exchanges, presentation, discussion also, help all together to contribute to grow on the industry for more sustainable energy ecosystem.
Thank you, Fabien. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you today, as always.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to continuing the discussions at IDW, also welcoming you and the rest of the AXENS team to Istanbul.
Thank you very much for the good exchange.
Thank you very much, Fabien.